All right. Let's see. We're going to start. We're going to start. All right. We've started the call-in stream. Started the Rockfin stream. We've started the YouTube stream. We're just jumping right into it because I'm trying some new things today. I don't know how this is going to look or how this is going to go because I'm doing a different setup today. So have no idea how this is going to work. You guys just let me know. I'm assuming you all can hear me. Let me know if you can't. If you cannot hear me, let me know. Anyways, good to see you all. It's been a little while or a couple days. We have stereo sound, so that's a good sign. I was doing a little vacationing, and now I'm back. And I'm trying this new setup to see if this is any better than looks and sound. Osama says looks and sounds good. Okay, so, we're winning on that part. I want to actually try something real quick. So we're live on YouTube. We're live on Rockfin. We're live on Callin. Callin is a app where you can listen to the show as a podcast, and you can also call in. So we're going to be covering, a few different things today. It's going to be a little bit loose today. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. I've been gone for a couple days, and I'm a little bit like, I'm still a little vacation lagged. In my head, I was not off grid, but I was really I was really out of connection. A lot of things happened while I was gone. In the last like 48 hours, a lot of things have happened, but I was really out of connection with, what was going on. I had little to no phone cell service or anything. So, and I had to make an intentional attempt to, basic interactions with people that I needed to make interactions with, and so, I've been a little off the loop or out of the loop, off the grid, something like that. We have a couple people. We have some people watching on YouTube. That's cool. Some people watching on Rockfin. That's cool. I want to try something real quick, guys. We have 19 on Rockfin. That's cool. I want to ask you if y'all can hear this on either stream. I'm pretty sure that the people on Callin can hear this. So, can the people on Rockfin hear that clearly? Not tinny and far away. Can you hear it clearly? That's what I want to know. I just played a little video clip. Yeah, actually, Max Sarjay, I'm going to talk a little bit about that. I drove. Someone says it's all treble on Callin. Yeah. Well, Callin is kind of just getting. Callin is using like ambient, the mic, just the regular mic. So it's all treble. Yeah, that, and you're only hearing that coming out of my speaker. So Callin app, it's not gonna. I hear tinny horns beeping. Oh, yeah. Okay. So all right. So that part didn't work. Actually, let me try one more thing. Sorry to make you go through this, but I'm just what am I doing? I'm trying to test something else out. Oh, you know what? It probably won't let me change this in midstream. Maybe. Let me know on Rockfin if this sounds any better. Clear or tinny. Still tinny. Okay, that's it for my tests. You guys let me know how that sounds. Whether that sounds any better or any worse, I don't know. Actually, I don't think that changed anything. So I don't think I can change anything midstream. All right, tinny and far away. Okay, all right, now I know. All right, we'll work on that tomorrow. So YouTubers, I'm gonna cover a couple of things, but I probably will go away from YouTube in a couple of minutes. But we're gonna start with this. Jessica posted this. No, that's not the one. We'll try this one. About the evaporation, what's happening with evaporation in groundwater. There's a lot of evaporation going on. I did drive right through Shasta Lake, the Shasta area, on my travels, and it is very, very low. I really don't understand how people can get. I don't understand how people can get into, going to the lake and putting their boat out on the lake and kind of like the dudes that are doing those Lake Mead videos. I know they're going out to fish and stuff, but I just don't see how that's enjoyable. Right? How is it possibly enjoyable to go out? It's like frolicking in, it's like end times frolicking, right? Like, it's like this is, sitting in a burning room. Like, this is fine. This is a good time. Like, how could you possibly take your boat out to the lake and launch your boat, and the water level is down by, I don't know how many feet, 40 feet, 50 feet? We're nearing peak doom. I don't know how you launch your boat in that lake and go, this is a good time. We're having a good time, right, guys? And not be surrounded by evidence that things are greatly amiss. I don't get it. But that's what people are doing as the environment collapses, that people are still going to find ways to just be like, everything's fine. But we're looking at this from Nature World News. Earth's bodies of fresh water are evaporating at a disturbing rate. And we'll talk about, maybe possible reasons why. It's mainly heat. It's mainly due to climate change. And they're talking about Lake Mead. Lake Mead is the largest reservoir in the United States, a huge man-made body of water, formed by the construction of the Hoover Dam in the early 1930s. But it's shrinking at a terrifying rate. Now stands at just 1/4 full. Again, I don't know how you go there and enjoy and have a good time and not just be deeply depressed, right? Like deeply, deeply depressed. Anyways, it's a disturbing rate of freshwater evaporation. Environmentalist Gang Zhao, who worked on the research project at Texas A&M Institute, told the media that the lakeshore evaporation cooling performs a bigger significance in the water processes than originally expected. And this project concluded that aside from worsening algae growth and diminishing air, the Earth's aquatic reservoirs are disappearing at a quicker rate than previously thought. Worldwide reservoir evaporation discharge is a crucial element of the continental environmental and electricity equilibrium. Unfortunately, the absorption capacity of these watercourses remains unclear. From the geographical dispersion to the consistent pattern. Researchers calculated the amount of runoff from 1.42 million worldwide reservoirs from 1985 to 2018, employing direct measurements as well as simulation techniques. Boasting their dazzling streams, organic and man-made reservoirs, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I'm going to just skip down to some more informational type things. Researchers analyzed regular water drop from remote sensing data throughout the years of 1985 to 2018, taking into account vapor pressure, contact area, ice persistence, and thermal mass variations for all of these reservoirs. It was discovered that long-term reservoir depletion is 1,500 cubic kilometers annually, or around 150 cubic kilometers each year, which is 15.4% points higher than earlier predictions. More so, annually, the horizon consumes approximately 3 trillion liters more than what it did in the prior. This is a very strangely worded article, I just have to say. They also discovered that man-made aquifers contribute far more to runoff than their data, 16% than their data volume of 5% might imply. Man-made aquifers contribute far more to runoff. Engineer Huilin Gao claimed that from a worldwide viewpoint, cumulative lake runoff might be more than the providing a unified home. I don't know. Who wrote this? Or maybe it's a translation. Anyways, a strangely worded article, but just basically saying that there's evaporation is happening faster than previously thought. So there's that. We're going to move on to this. Fantomas linked this. Poppy tweeted this out at me, or tried to get me to see this while I was gone. We've been talking about UV a lot lately. High UV readings. And this is from July 5th, 2022. Discovery reveals large year-round ozone hole over the tropics. Well, my good Lord. Could that be contributing to the UV? High UV, an ozone hole 7 times larger than the Antarctic ozone hole, is currently sitting over tropical regions and has been since the 1980s. So I called it. I just want to say right now, I'm claiming some kind of all-knowing omnipotence today, even though I can't say the word omnipotence right now. I'm claiming a level of all-knowingness. I said the ozone hole that they said that was closing didn't close. Didn't close. It's getting worse. The ozone layer is going away. Basically, we're just dissolving it. And this is what they're saying. There's a huge ozone hole. It's been sitting there since the 80s, which was, when supposedly we started fixing the ozone hole. With the Montreal Protocol. But no, we didn't do that. So I don't know who to believe or what to believe about anything right now, because apparently, supposedly we were fixing this hole, and we did all this, we did these regulatory actions in order to fix the ozone hole, and apparently it didn't really do what it was supposed to do. A little confused as to why I know in on this. In AIP advances, King Bin Liu, a scientist from University of Waterloo in Ontario, reveals a large all-season ozone hole defined as an area of ozone loss larger than 25%, compared with the undisturbed atmosphere in the lower stratosphere over the tropics, comparable in depth to that of the well-known springtime Antarctic hole, but its area is roughly 7 times greater. The tropics constitute half of the planet's surface area and are home to about half the world's populations. The existence of the tropical ozone hole may cause a great global concern. I would think so. the depletion of the ozone layer. Finally, somebody's, we're getting closer to actually talking about what's going on with the UV on a more widespread basis, or at least in mainstream media, or people are allowing for this conversation to happen now. I mean, I've been very confused as to why nobody was talking about why we're experiencing these extreme UV levels every single day. And, apparently there are people concerned with the climate, and, scientists all over the world, and they're trying to tell you what's going on with the climate, and nobody's talking about UV and what's going on with these UV levels. I just find that a gigantic hole in the information and in the message about what's going on the planet. But this particular article is trying to let you know something about it. The depletion of the ozone layer can lead to an increased ground level UV radiation. No, really, tell me more. Which can increase risk of skin cancer, cataracts, as well as weaken human immune systems. What about animals? Decrease agricultural productivity, of course. And negatively affect sensitive aquatic organisms and ecosystems, right? Liu's observation of the ozone hole comes as a surprise to his peers in the scientific... Oh my God! Is it really a surprise? Since it was not predicted by conventional photochemical models, his observed data agree well with the cosmic ray-driven electron reaction (CRE) model and strongly indicate the identical physical mechanism working for both Antarctic and tropical ozone holes. So now we have two major ozone holes, and don't forget that every once in a while in the Arctic, an ozone hole opens up, depending on factors, right? Every once in a while... they'll go, oh, guys, watch out there. This week, there's a big Arctic ozone hole. All right. I'm guessing. All right, here's my next scientific, non-scientific, scientific, just guess. My guess is that the ozone layer, period, is just dissolving all over the planet. And they know this. They've known this, and they're just waiting to figure out when it is they're going to leak out that information to people. Probably when it's too late for people to really freak out about it. Right? We'll already be feeling the effects of other major global geological happenings, right? And by the way, the ozone layer is completely gone, shredded. It's gone. Sorry, guys. Oh, great. When people are too busy trying to find food, I guess, or water. Preliminary reports show ozone depletion levels over the equatorial regions are already endangering large populations, and the associated UV radiation reaching these regions is far greater than expected. The funny thing about this is they're saying the tropics. Again, they're not saying anything about why UV levels in North America, and I'm guessing in other. I'm guessing it's the same globally, right? I'm going to go out on a limb and guess it's not totally different in other countries than it is in the U.S. They're not saying, extreme UV levels are happening on a daily basis in the U.S. and elsewhere. Cooking people in their skins, cooking animals, cooking plants, right? These UV levels are insane. In the mid-'70s, atmospheric research suggested the ozone layer, which absorbs most of the sun's ultraviolet radiation, might be depleted because of industrial chemicals, primarily CFCs. But here's the thing. They said industrial chemicals, primarily chlorofluorocarbons, but I'm guessing there are other industrial chemicals, and et cetera, things that we've released into the atmosphere that are also depleting the ozone layer. They have nothing to do whether we, switch to a different kind of refrigeration, right? Although bans on such chemicals have helped slow ozone depletion, evidence suggests ozone depletion persisted. So there we go. So we were told that this solved the problem, that it was all good, that the ozone layer was coming back. Nope. Nope. Not at all. Not at all. So a little more data. A little more data coming in around, you know, I think a lot of people have widespread questions about what's going on with the ozone layer and with what's going on UV, high UV. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Rick Dworsky on YouTube says, if our climate catastrophe was as graphic as a mass shooting, most civilized humans would still yawn. Right. Well, I mean, going to Lake Shasta or Lake Mead and putting your boat, I mean, seeing the water level, that's, you're literally going to witness the mass shooting of the environment. And you're going to put your boat in the water and go, all right, let's go fishing. I mean, what is wrong with you? Seriously, what is wrong with you? Why would you even go like, all right, sounds like a good idea? I mean, it's good that people are out there like documenting this kind of stuff, but really? It's a good idea to go out there and enjoy yourself? I don't really get it. I don't get it at all. All right. YouTubers, you know this time was going to come. And I apologize, but we're going to say goodbye to the YouTube. Thanks for hanging out. You can watch the rest of the show on Rockfin or listen to the show on Callin. And I will see you all tomorrow at 10 a.m., the regular time, Pacific, on all the channels, on all the usual places. All right?